Hello students. Today we will discuss about the fourth part of the chapter Money and Credit. In this, we will discuss about the cooperatives and the self-help groups. First we talk about the cooperatives. So when we talk about this word, what does it mean? It is an organization of people who joins for mutual help. Second, development of the members is the main purpose and not earning profit of the cooperatives. Third, they are registered under the Cooperative Societies Act. Fourth, minimum 10 members are required to form a cooperative. Then there are various types of cooperatives like farmers, that is also called as Krishak cooperative, then weavers, customers, etc. Now we talk about the working of the cooperatives. The first thing, besides banks, the other major sources of cheap credit in rural areas is the cooperative societies. Members of a cooperative pool their resources for cooperation in certain areas. There are several types of cooperative, namely farmers, krishak, etc. The cooperative accepts deposits from its members. Using the deposits as collateral, the cooperative obtains a large loan from the bank. The loan amount received from the bank is used as funds to provide loans to the members. Once the members repay the loan, the amount is repaid to the bank and a fresh loan is taken from the bank. The cooperative provides loan to its members for the purchase of agricultural implements, loan for cultivation and agricultural trade, fishery loans, loans for construction of houses, and a variety of other expenses. Then comes the self-help groups. Here you can see some glimpses are there of the self-help group, and from these glimpses it is evident that generally the women are the main participants and the organizations of it. Here come some features of it. The first one, it is a small group of 10 to 20 people belonging from the same locality. Second, the main purpose of such group is to help its members for their economic well-being. Third, they either carry on some collective business or creates a fund to lend to the needy members. Fourth, the government encourages such groups by arranging bank loan at subsidized rate of interest. Then there are some features of the self-help group. Self-help group consists of certain members who pool their savings and constitute a fund which is further used in making finance and advances to the other members. Then under it comes a typical SHG has 15 to 20 members. The members pool their savings and after some time it becomes a large amount which is used to give loans to the needy ones at a very normal rate of interest. This helps to reduce the functioning of the informal sector of credit. After a year or so, if such group is regular in its savings, it becomes eligible for availing the loan from the bank. Taking the loan from the bank. Loan is sanctioned in the name of the group and is meant to create self-employment opportunities for the members. Loans are provided for releasing mortgage lend for meeting working capital needs as buying seeds, fertilizers, raw materials, for acquiring assets like sewing machines, handlooms, cattle, etc. Important decisions regarding the savings and loan activities are taken by the group members of that particular SHG. The group decides the purpose, amount, interest to be charged, repayment of the loan, etc. Non-repayment of the loan is taken very seriously by the group. Because of this feature, the banks are willing to lend loan, especially to the poor women when organized in SHGs. How we can say that SHG is becoming more and more popular? They are becoming popular because of the following reasons. The first one, they help the borrowers overcome the problem of the lack of collateral. Second, they can get timely loans for variety of purposes and at a reasonable interest rate. Third, they are building blocks of the organization of the rural poor. Fourth, it helps women to become self-reliant. Fifth, the regular meetings of the group provide a platform to discuss and act on various social issues such as health, nutrition, domestic violence, etc. Here also you can see they are discussing. Then comes the Grameen Banks. The Grameen Banks was started in 1970 as a small project by Professor Muhammad Yunus. Here you can see his picture and here he is sitting over there. He is the recipient of the 2006 Nobel Prize for Peace. These Grameen Banks now has over 6 million borrowers in about 40,000 villages spread across Bangladesh. Almost all the borrowers are women and belong to the poorest sections of the society. These borrowers have proved that the poor women can start and run a variety of small income generating activities successfully. Thank you all. With this we come to the end of the chapter Money and Credit.